What's up, fellow Reptoids? Today we're talking about Netflix because they've been trying to speedrun their company into the toilet. They've been doing a lot of stuff lately that makes you question if they're deliberately trying to kill their own company. But a few days ago they did something that is just completely unforgivable, and it was a really bizarre move. They canceled the show Inside Job, a unique, charming, animated adult comedy that has been doing really well. It's been trending on Twitter a lot, it has an alive fandom space, and based on audience reception and scoring, people really love it, myself included. But Netflix pulled the plug. They could not be more eager to cancel this show. They just love rolling around in filth. I mean, clearly based on the amount of seasons of Riverdale there are, or the existence of the Dahmer show, I don't know if Netflix is looking for quality at this point. I really think Netflix is allergic to quality. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about why Netflix canceling this show has just been a completely idiotic decision, why this show deserves a whole lot more, and how Netflix screwed up. So first of all, the decision they made looks horrible. It looks horrendous for user trust. Inside Job has one season, and they were previously approved for season 2. They got their renewal. Season 1 ended on a cliffhanger, but now, the show is canceled, so obviously this is really terrible. People have been getting fed up with this company for a while now, with them canceling sapphic shows, to them producing absolutely distasteful shows. This cancellation was really the icing on the cake, because now this is very much so proof that you cannot trust anything they say. You know, it's insulting to see something like this, but can you imagine being a show creator and this platform tells you, yeah, you're all good to go for season 2, and then they revoke that? The way they've treated show creators is absolutely shameful. And I really think Netflix should be held accountable. Like, the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I don't think this should be brushed under the rug. I don't think we should really forget about this. We should hold companies accountable when they treat people this way. And with the show being canceled, the whole thing came as a complete surprise, because Inside Job has been doing better than it ever has been. I started watching the show after the first part of the first season came out. I would search up fan art and there was like nothing on Google, but as time went on, I started seeing more and more of a base develop, and when the part 2 of the first season dropped, I started seeing fan art and creations being posted everywhere. I saw the show started trending on Twitter. People were really caring about it. Basically, over time, the show had positive growth. It wasn't dying, and it looked like it was in a better spot than it had ever been in. So for Netflix to pull the plug is just jarring. A lot of people were completely shocked. Save Inside Job went trending on Twitter immediately after the news was announced. Now, another reason why this cancellation is so upsetting is that the show was really good. It was unique. The story was captivating, the world building was amazing, and the whole execution was just so well done. But Netflix gets physically ill when it sees quality. It starts retracting into its little shell of shame. Because, you know, instead of giving Inside Job more seasons, they've decided to put their time and energy into shows that were made for troglodytes. Behold, Agent Elvis. Agent Elvis is coming to Netflix. Elvis. I don't think I need to elaborate on how this is insane. These are chemtrail huffing levels of insanity. You're telling me you're gonna greenlight a spy show about a man who died on the toilet, a man who died while literally being full of crap. You're going to greenlight Agent Elvis, codename Agent Constipation, but scrap quality shows? I know I sound a little peeved, I really like this show, okay? Now I'm just gonna go over why Inside Job should not have been canceled, why it was an amazing show, and Netflix apparently just couldn't see that. Inside Job was a show that you could tell had a lot of heart behind it. It was about the creative vision, and genuinely wanting to make a fun story that would stick with people. There were incredibly talented people involved in the multiple areas of production. Shion Takeuchi, the producer, had worked as a writer for Gravity Falls and the regular show, to name a couple of things. Alex Hirsch was also part of the Inside Job team as well, and people very much so know his work. He is the man behind Gravity Falls. And as someone who appreciates voiceover talent specifically, that's amazing in this show as well. Lizzie Kaplan absolutely makes Reagan come to life, and Brett Gelman as Mike is insanely fun. The others are amazing as well, but these are just my personal favorites. The writing in this show is phenomenal. When it comes to the comedy aspect, the jokes flow effortlessly. The comedic timing is great. It's all just really fun, and one of the greatest parts of the writing in this show, though, is how they tackled their characters. The cast of characters you get to know is very strong. Each one of them can stand out as a captivating individual, or they can have great chemistry with the rest of the group. There's that duality to each of them. They all have flaws, they all have strengths. They're multi-dimensional. And my two personal favorites are Reagan and Brett. Essentially the two main characters. I think they're really significant characters, not just in Inside Job, but in the entirety of the animation medium. A lot of people feel seen and find Reagan and Brett to be incredibly relatable and comforting. So let's start with Reagan, a determined, ambitious, antisocial perfectionist who's just trying to do her best, while also trying to do some inner work since she has some serious trauma to go through. When I saw Reagan on screen for the first time, as I was watching the series, I had this weird feeling wash over me that I couldn't really identify at first. It was like this overwhelming sense of familiarity. Like I knew her, like this wasn't the first time I had seen her before. Genuinely, it was the weirdest thing I couldn't put my finger on. But I thought about it, and thought about it, and what I realized was that feeling was me finally feeling seen. You know, not every aspect of her character, but a lot of it resonated with me. I felt a part of myself that hadn't really been properly represented finally was. And I won't go into all the details since this is just a YouTube video and not a therapy session, but by far the strongest way I feel I can relate to Reagan is the way we try to fit into this world given our neurodivergence, autism. And I know I'm not alone, lots of people found comfort in Reagan for this reason. And another character who's great at resonating with people is Brett Hand. While Reagan is more so withdrawn and struggles with socialization, Brett swings the other way and is a social butterfly. He's a warm, cheery guy who's there for the people around him. Where he struggles is that he is so consumed by the need for people to like him that he hasn't prioritized himself. He's become a people pleaser and he puts his own needs on the back burner. And a lot of people could really relate and see their struggle in Brett. And it's really interesting to see these characters actually tackle personal growth when it comes to these fields. And it's not the only adult animation that goes over the concept of mental health, but the way these characters come to life and you really empathize with their struggle is executed in just such an amazing way. As for the world these characters all exist in, it's familiar but also strange. It's a fun satire of the conspiracy echo chambers that exist online. See, Inside Job takes the government is behind everything, there are lizard people, the earth isn't round, reality is an illusion, everything is a lie premise to the extreme. And it can be fun to see a world where these conspiracies run rampant as true, actual laws to society. And I really do love this show, so it really sucks to see Netflix canceled it, while Agent Elvis is coming. Come on. Also remember, Inside Job got canceled and couldn't even get a satisfactory ending because season 1 ended on a cliffhanger. But guess what? Riverdale has another season coming. Yeah, the mess that is Riverdale gets to continue on to a 7th season, but we have to say goodbye to Cognito Inc. So to summarize all my thoughts here, I really just think it's an insane thing Netflix has done. A lot of people loved Inside Job. It was one of Netflix's better, unique, standout shows. And its fan base appeared to only be growing more and more. It seemed things were going great for it, like it was on an upward trajectory. And Netflix even said season 2 was coming. But then they reversed their decision and plunged us all into the depths of despair. But yeah, what do you guys think? If you liked the video, feel free to stick around on the channel. I also got a social media, second channel, and merch, all linked in the description below. Thank you all for watching, and have a great rest of your day.